to speak to the children of Israel, that they turn back and encamp before Pi-hahiroth, between Migdol and the sea, before Baal-zephon. You shall encamp opposite it by the sea. 3 Pharaoh will say of the children of Israel, they are entangled in the land, the wilderness has shut them in. I will harden Pharaoh's heart, and he will follow after them. And I will get honor over Pharaoh and over all his armies. And the Egyptians shall know that I am Yahweh. They did so fight. The king of Egypt was told that the people had fled, and the heart of Pharaoh and of his servants was changed toward the people. And they said, what is this we have done, that we have let Israel go from serving us? He prepared his chariot and took his army with him, and he took 600 chosen chariots, and all the chariots of Egypt, with captains over all of them. 8 Yahweh hardened the heart of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and he pursued the children of Israel. For the children of Israel went out with a high hand. 9 The Egyptians pursued them, all the horses and chariots of Pharaoh, his horsemen and his army overtook them, encamping by the sea beside Pi-hahiroth, before Baal-zephon. 10 When Pharaoh came near, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians were marching after them, and they were very afraid. The children of Israel cried out to Yahweh. 11 They said to Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, have you taken us away to die in the wilderness? Why have you treated us this way, to bring us out of Egypt? Isn't this the word that we spoke to you in Egypt, saying, leave us alone that we may serve the Egyptians? For it would have been better for us to serve the Egyptians than to die in the wilderness. 13 Moses said to the people, don't be afraid, stand still and see the salvation of Yahweh, which he will work for you today. For you will never again see the Egyptians whom you have seen today. 14 Yahweh will fight for you, and you shall be still. 15 Yahweh said to Moses, why do you cry to me? Speak to the children of Israel that they go forward. 16 Lift up your rod and stretch out your hand over the sea and divide it. Then the children of Israel shall go into the middle of the sea on dry ground. 17 Behold, I myself will harden the hearts of the Egyptians, and they will go in after them. I will get myself honor over Pharaoh and over all his armies, over his chariots and over his horsemen. 80 Egyptians shall know that I am Yahweh, when I have gotten myself honor over Pharaoh, over his chariots and over his horsemen. The angel of God who went before the camp of Israel moved and went behind them, and the pillar of cloud moved from before them and stood behind them. It came between the camp of Egypt and the camp of Israel. There was the cloud and the darkness, yet it gave light by night. One didn't come near the other all night. 21 Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and Yahweh caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided. 22 The children of Israel went into the middle of the sea on the dry ground, and the waters were a wall to them on their right hand and on their left. 23 The Egyptians pursued and went in after them into the middle of the sea, all of Pharaoh's horses, his chariots and his horsemen. 24 In the morning watch, Yahweh looked out on the Egyptian army through the pillar of fire and of cloud, and confused the Egyptian army. 25 He took off their chariot wheels, and they drove them heavily, so that the Egyptians said, let's flee from the face of Israel. For Yahweh fights for them against the Egyptians. Yahweh said to Moses, stretch out your hand over the sea, chariots and on their horsemen. 27. Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to its strength when the morning appeared, and the Egyptians fled against it. Yahweh overthrew the Egyptians in the middle of the sea. 28. The waters returned and covered the chariots and the horsemen, even all Pharaoh's army that went in after them into the sea. There remained not so much as one of them. 29. But the children of Israel walked on dry land in the middle of the sea, and the waters were a wall to them on their right hand and on their left. 33. Yahweh saved Israel that day out of the hand of the Egyptians, and Israel saw the Egyptians dead on the seashore. 31. Israel saw the great work which Yahweh did to the Egyptians, and the people feared Yahweh, and they believed in Yahweh and in his servant Moses. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. La na 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 na. Yeah, yeah. Then Moses and the children of Israel sang this song to Yahweh and said, I will sing to Yahweh, for he has triumphed gloriously. He has thrown the horse and his rider into the sea. Yah is my strength and song. He has become my salvation. This is my God, and I will praise him. My Father's God, and I will exalt him. Yahweh is a man of war, Yahweh is his name. He has cast Pharaoh's chariots and his army into the sea. His chosen captains are sunk in the Red Sea. The deeps cover them, they went down into the depths like a stone. Your right hand, Yahweh, is glorious in power. Your right hand, Yahweh, dashes the enemy in pieces. 7. In the greatness of your excellency, you overthrow those who rise up against you. You send out your wrath, it consumes them as stubble. With the blast of your nostrils, the waters were piled up. The flood stood upright as a heap. The deeps were congealed in the heart of the sea. 9. The enemy said, I will pursue, I will overtake, I will divide the plunder. My desire will be satisfied on them. I will draw my sword, my hand will destroy them. You blew with your wind, the sea covered them. They sank like lead in the mighty waters. Who is like you, Yahweh, among the gods? Who is like you, glorious in holiness, fearful in praises, doing wonders? 12. You stretched out your right hand, the earth swallowed them. 13. You, in your loving kindness, have led the people that you have redeemed. You have guided them in your strength to your holy habitation. The peoples have heard, they tremble. Pangs have taken hold of the inhabitants of Philistia. 15. And the chiefs of Edom were dismayed. Trembling takes hold of the mighty men of Moab. All inhabitants of Canaan have melted away. 16. Terror and dread falls on them. By the greatness of your arm, they are as still as a stone until your people pass over. Until the people you have purchased pass over. 17. You will bring them in and plant them in the mountain of your inheritance, the place, Yahweh, which you have made for yourself to dwell in. The sanctuary, Lord, which your hands have established. Hey. Yahweh will reign forever and ever. For the horses of Pharaoh went in with his chariots and with his horsemen into the sea. And Yahweh brought back the waters of the sea on them. But the children of Israel walked on dry land in the middle of the sea. 20. Miriam the prophetess, the sister of Aaron, took a tambourine in her hand, and all the women went out after her with tambourines and with dances. 21. Miriam answered them, sing to Yahweh, for he has triumphed gloriously. He has thrown the horse and his rider into the sea. 20. Moses led Israel onward from the Red Sea, and they went out into the wilderness of Shur. And they went 3 days in the wilderness and found no water. 23. When they came to Mara, they 24, the people murmured against Moses, saying, "What shall we drink?" But he cried to Yahweh, Yahweh. He showed him a tree and he threw it into the waters, and the waters were made sweet. There he made a statute and an ordinance for them, and there he tested them. 26, he said, "If you will diligently listen to Yahweh, your God's voice, and will do that which is right in his eyes, and will pay attention to his commandments, and keep all his statutes, I will put none of the diseases on you, which I have put on the Egyptians, for I am Yahweh who heals you." They came to Elim, where there were 12 springs of water and 70 palm trees. They encamped there by the waters. They took their journey from Elim, and all the congregation of the children of Israel came to the wilderness of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai, on the 15th day of the second month after their departing out of the land of Egypt. The whole congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron in the wilderness. And the children of Israel said to them, "We wish that we had died by Yahweh's hand in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the meat pots, when we ate our fill of bread. For you have brought us out into this wilderness to kill this whole assembly with hunger." Then Yahweh said to Moses, "Behold, I will rain bread from the sky for you, and the people shall go out and gather a day's portion every day, that I may test them whether they will walk in my law or not. 5, it shall come to pass on the 6th day that they shall prepare that which they bring in, and it shall be twice as much as they gather daily." 6, Moses and Aaron said to all the children of Israel, "At evening you shall know that Yahweh has brought you out from the land of Egypt. 7, in the morning you shall see Yahweh's glory, because he hears your murmurings against Yahweh. Who are we that you murmur against us?" 8, Moses said, "Now Yahweh will give you meat to eat in the evening, and in the morning bread to satisfy you, because Yahweh hears your murmurings which you murmur against him. And who are we? Your murmurings are not against us, but against Yahweh." 9, Moses said to Aaron, "Tell all the congregation of the children of Israel, come close to Yahweh, for he has heard your murmurings." Aaron spoke to the whole congregation of the children of Israel. They looked toward the wilderness, and behold, Yahweh's glory appeared in the cloud. 11, Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, 12, I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel. Speak to them, saying, "At evening you shall eat meat, and in the morning you shall be filled with bread. Then you will know that I am Yahweh, your God." In the evening a quail came up and covered the camp, and in the morning the dew lay around the camp. 14, when the dew that lay had gone, behold, on the surface of the wilderness was a small round thing, small as the frost on the ground. 15, when the children of Israel saw it, they said to one another, "What is it?" For they didn't know what it was. Moses said to them, "It is the bread which Yahweh has given you to eat." 16, this is the thing which Yahweh has commanded. Gather of it everyone according to his eating, and over a head, according to the number of your persons, you shall take it, every man for those who are in his tent. The children of Israel did so, and some gathered more, some less. 18, when they measured it with an omer, he who gathered much had nothing over, and he who gathered little had no lack. They each gathered according to his eating. Yeah, yeah. Na, 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 na. Yeah. 19, Moses said to them, let no one leave of it until the morning. 20, notwithstanding they didn't listen to Moses, but some of them left of it until the morning. So it bred worms and became foul, and Moses was angry with them. 21, they gathered it morning by morning, everyone according to his eating. When the sun grew hot, it melted. 22, on the 6th day, they gathered twice as much bread, 2 omers for each one. And all the rulers of the congregation came and told Moses. 23, he said to them, this is that which Yahweh has spoken. Tomorrow is a solemn rest, a holy Sabbath to Yahweh. Bake that which you want to bake, and boil that which you want to boil. And all that remains over, lay up for yourselves to be kept until the morning. 24, they laid it up until the morning, as Moses ordered, and it didn't become foul, and there were no worms in it. 25, Moses said, eat that today, for today is a Sabbath to Yahweh. Today you shall not find it in the field. 26, 6 days you shall gather it, but on the 7th day is the Sabbath. In it there shall be none. 27, on the 7th day, some of the people went out to gather, and they found none. 28, Yahweh said to Moses, how long do you refuse to keep my commandments and my laws? 29, behold, because Yahweh has given you the Sabbath, therefore he gives you on the 6th day the bread of 2 days. Everyone stay in his place, let no one go out of his place on the 7th day. 30, so the people rested on the 7th day. 31, the house of Israel called its name manna, and it was like coriander seed, white, and its taste was like wafers with honey. 32, Moses said, this is the thing which Yahweh has commanded. Let an armor full of it be kept throughout your generations, that they may see the bread with which I fed you in the wilderness, when I brought you out of the land of Egypt. 33, Moses said to Aaron, take a pot and put an homer full of manna in it, and lay it up before Yahweh, to be kept throughout your generations. 34, Yahweh commanded Moses, so Aaron laid it up before the testimony, to be kept. 35, the children of Israel ate the manna 40 years, until they came to an inhabited land. They ate the manna until they came to the borders of the land of Canaan. 36, now an omer is 1/10 of an